Woo! I'm already back with another speed paint. Oh, wow. I know I just uploaded like 3 or 4 days ago, or 2 days. I don't know. I can't keep track. But I'm sorry. Her birthday's today, and I needed to upload this because I'm really happy with it, and I really want to show you how I did it. And I was delaying too much with my profile picture, so I uploaded it too late. So the gap between this video and that video are very close, and I'm sorry. It's anyways, happy birthday, Coastal Crow. This is her beautiful character, and Six just crept up on me, and I was like, oh dang, I guess I gotta post again. I know this is unusual, and I know that I'm mainly an animation channel, so it's a little disorienting, but I really wanted to post this. Like, I'm just so happy with it, and I really wanted to show you guys how I did it and talk a little bit about it. So anyways, as you can see, I'm using Sketchbook and not Medibang, which is usually what I use for digital painting. This is because I wanted to try a different type of texture, a different type of brush in here. They have a fur texture that's so good. It's the synthetic coarse angular brush, and it's on mobile and desktop. It's on pretty much it's on both versions, and it's free. Like, you don't have to add any other brushes. It's the synthetic painting set, and you'll see it pop up on the little toolbar when I start painting it, but it's such a great fur texture, and I was just so excited to use it. So I had to, and so I did, and so then I made this, and it actually turned out good. There were plenty of points on here I was like, this is not looking right. I don't like this. Am I gonna have to completely redraw this? I don't want to do that. But it turned out looking great, so I'm really happy with it. Anyways, my 2K special is coming. I promise. It won't be any... There's probably not gonna be another speed paint until then, or another upload, unless I'm not getting to 2K, which it's coming too fast. I plan on finishing it soon, though I can't promise that since it is pretty large. I'll put a little sneak peek up in a second, but it's pretty big, and it's Wings of Fire. It's of Peril and Sky from Dragon Slayer, and the Peril's just from all the other series. But I'm just really happy. It's my first time animating humans, so it's been very hard, but also really good, because I don't draw humans much, and I've never animated them, and I did some very complex positioning and animation, so I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. I mean, just based off of the fact that I don't draw humans here often. So here's a little sneak peek of Peril's part. It's not, I'm not going to show you the part with Ren and Sky for a little bit, but this is just a little sneak peek of a tiny little snippet of it, and you'll recognize the sound. It is the upside down meme. Yeah, here it is. Upside down. Hopefully you guys liked that. I was debating putting in a sneak peek because I would still want to build up the hype, but I don't want it to be completely spoiled. So hopefully that was enough to pique your interests. So anyways, here I am just filling and blocking in the color. This is what I always do before I paint, so I was just like, yeah, let's try this. This should work for Sketchbook too. When I made this, I was not really thinking about, since I have done this before, I have tried this fur texture before, I just haven't done it in like a year or two, and I forgot that you need to darken the colors first, and then have and then use the main normal, like the color you want it to appear as, for the fur texture to really make contrast. So I had the normal colors, and later you'll see I have to completely darken all the colors by overlaying a black lower opacity just over the whole drawing so it's darker. And that really helped, but at the same time I still had to play around for a long time trying to get used to using this. Like right now you can see there's the dark overlay, so I can do this, but like I play with the head floof a lot because I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm still trying to get used to it. But in the end, I do get the hang of it, and I'm really happy with the end result of how I use it. But pretty much, I found out about this brush from a YouTuber named Sarcastic But Sincere. They haven't uploaded in a little bit, but they used to do lots of warrior cats kind of thing where they painted characters from there, and the way they used the fur texture was just amazing. And when I found out they not only did they use Sketchbook, which is something I had always used, they used a brush that I could use, and I was like, oh my goodness, I could make something like this. So I tried the fur texture right away, and I was so happy with it. I loved it, but I kind of forgot about it because I moved into more animation and then into Toon Boom and all that. But I've always remembered in the back of my mind about this brush, and I had to take it and try again, and I'm so glad I did. I actually was thinking about this for a while, and when Frozen texted me, hey, it's Crow's birthday coming up, you want to do something? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to break from drawing humans. And so I took the weekend off from animating the special and just spent my hours of time on this, and I'm so happy I did. This was so fun. I listened to the full Hamilton musical, which was also a big flashback for me to 2018 summer, because that was just when I was, or maybe it was 2018. Or was it 2019? No, 2018, I think. Yeah, 2018. And it was that was a great summer. And that's when I pretty much learned about this brush too. So, I mean, it was just kind of flashback time. And I finished that really fast, actually, because this took so long. I think it was like 8, 9, 7 hours-ish. I mean, I need to look back and count up the exact things. I have all the recordings, but it was honestly really relaxing because this brush is really satisfying to use, and yeah, it was just really fun. So while I was doing this, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was trying to think of, okay, well, there's the fur texture, but is there any other really good blending brush in here? And besides my like smudge brush that I love, there really isn't really good painting tools that I have discovered yet, or maybe I just don't have the settings on the right thing, but I couldn't really figure out the best brush. So you'll see the big fan brush up there in the toolbar is what I use mainly for blending because it was the only one that was really actually kind of okay. So I think I think Medibang definitely tops Sketchbook in that area, but at the same time, Medibang definitely does not have this kind of amazing fur texture brush. But there's a lot of benefits to both programs, but at the same time, I think depending on what kind of project I'm working on, Medibang is more likely to have the needs I want for the drawing. Plus, Sketchbook, one of its main flaws for me is it does not have a clipping tool. So I have to magic wand the outside of it, which if you have the fur texture, it's not going to be perfect because the fur texture will make it kind of pixely around the edges, and then you'll have this weird little shadow thing when you're trying to go in with light and dark and contrast and stuff like that. And you'll see that a little bit on the hair. I have to erase it because the lasso tool, not the lasso, the magic wand tool doesn't do a great job, but in all programs it doesn't. Like in all programs, the magic wand can't really get everything, but in here especially, it was just hard because it doesn't have the clipping tool, and the clipping tool is so important. And so when it doesn't have it, it makes it a little more tricky. But at the same time, it's good enough. I mean, this program is definitely not bad. In fact, it's really good. And so I really recommend it, especially for being free. Like, this is it's insane. As you can see here, I had to change and adjust the snake's tones because it was blending into Crow's fur too much. It was just too much of a brown, so I had to lighten it, make it a different kind of hue. So I made it kind of pinkish and just more albino-esque, like a little more pale, which, it's okay. It looks like I adjusted it because we've seen the darker, and so then you think, oh, that just looks weird, but I think at the same time, if you didn't see it before, it looks fine. And so, I mean, it does help the snake pop later, so I'm pretty happy I did it. And yeah, anyways, the snakes and the lizards were so fun to do. I love snakes and lizards so much. So when I saw this thing, like the prompt of like doing this for her birthday, I was like, dang, yes, I have to do snakes and lizards. So sorry, I don't think I mentioned this before. This is for a little birthday gift that me and a few of Crow's friends are making for her. I think Frozen's gonna post it. I'll have the link in the description. It's the Living Island meme, and it's where like all of our, she animated a little thing, and then there's all the pictures we drew for her. So this was for that, and yeah, we had like a list of things she likes, and we can draw her with those kinds of things. And I definitely picked lizards and snakes. I love snakes and lizards. They're just so cute. I loved them. I'm really happy with this little lizard guy. I don't think I've really ever drawn a lizard, so this was or is this a gecko? It looks like more like a leopard gecko. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's adorable and I love it. I found a few reference pictures when I searched up cute lizard. So I was like, dang, yes, I have to do this. So I'm so happy for this with that. One of the snakes has a little flower crown because I was kind of going with the meme of that white little boopy snake with the flower crown on its head. And I was going to put a top hat on the other one, but I was like, I don't want it to be complete memes. But that's why she has he has a flower crown on his head. And he's a little blush. He's like, I'm so cute. At first I was going to have its eyes closed, but then I realized snakes don't, like, they would only have, like, a little eyelid to kind of go over. They don't really close their eyes. They can't, I don't think. Yeah. I had this phase where I was, like, researching everything about snakes, so I remember a little bit, but I forgot a while. But anyways, now here's something really important with this drawing that I did was the overlay, and you'll see in some areas I do it, and it's the lighting. Pretty much I select the settings and I do overlay, and I do blue and orangish, and I go over, and it just makes the drawing pop so much. You can see right here I'm like taking it on and off, and you can see it. Oh, by the way, this is when I tried to put it into Medibank, trying to see if I could get it to work. It didn't work because I wanted some of the brushes from there, but I couldn't, so that sucked. But anyways, back to the overlay thing. This is so important for all drawings. I highly recommend you try this out. You see the little thing up there with like the little layer on the layer toolbar. There's a little bar that says normal, and when you click on that, there's all other things. I used overlay for this, and it just made the drawing look so much better. 10 out of 10 settings. Like, guys, seriously, try using other settings for shading, lighting, and all that. It will save you so much pain and turmoil trying to get lower opacity to look good, because that will pretty much just change the colors overall. This will just completely, yeah, they're just beautiful. Highly 100% recommend using the filter tools because they are just spectacular, and they really will save you so much time, and they look great. And I use that multiple times during this drawing. Like, I use multiple layers of overlay to really make the drawing pop. I also use glow. I used to overuse glow, but that was the only one I really saw as actually usable, when there's plenty of other really good filters you can put over it. But glow is great for like little light spots and where the light can come in through, and for the edge of the drawing. That's really helpful for lighting. So I recommend using glow for those main areas, for those other areas, but like overlay was so great. Hard light and soft light are great for other programs, though it's not very strong in Sketchbook. It's wonderful in Medibank and a few other things. So yeah, I mean, just guys, try it out if you haven't already. Anywho, I'm going to, okay, so texture was so important for me in this. Like, there were so many textured brushes in Sketchbook in the brush library, but I wasn't really sure how to use it. So then when I was like playing around with it, I was like, that just doesn't look right. And you'll see here with the leaves, like, it doesn't look look right. So then I'm like playing around with the tools. I put it on overlay, and goodness gracious, it looks so cool. So if you see here, those leaves on the top are on overlay. I have a few other things on top to make it look a little more opaque, but it's, oh, that filter saved it all. It's amazing. And now I'm just going in with like little leaf spots where the light leaks through the leaves, and it really adds a little nice touch like she's in a forest. I blurred it out a little bit so it's a little softer. Then here I go again with more overlay and darkening and shading and just bringing out those things. I originally had these little leaves and grass in the foreground, but I completely get rid of those because I just don't think it's necessary. Now I'm just going in with light, and then boom, done. Sign it, boom, take out the grass. We're good, and I am so happy with this. Like, happy birthday, Crow. I hope you like your drawing. I love your art, and you're amazing. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Have a spectacular day. Stay safe. Whoa.